little late to this one. The Packers trade for Micah Parsons. Massive ad for them. It's going to make them a Super Bowl contender if they are getting the premier all-pro pass rusher that is one of the 10 best names in the NFL right now. But there are other sides to this trade, I think, in terms of ways you could look at it as a business transaction for both of these organizations. And I want to talk it through because I think it's important. So the Packers end up sending 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark to the Cowboys, a good little haul for Dallas. And I don't really think that big of a price for the Packers if they're trying to get this premier player to upgrade their roster and go for a couple championships here while they have Jordan Love under contract. Dallas gets Kenny Clark in return. They've had a lot of issues up front defensively, especially in the middle of that defensive line. Mozzie Smith hasn't really worked out as a draft pick for them. And Kenny Clark is a good veteran player, hopefully helps your younger players develop at that position, gets you a little bit better against the run game, and you can get out of that contract pretty easily. And with that free space, I think it's important that they are able to look forward to what they need to do with their money this offseason. The Cowboys only make this move if they don't think they're winning the Super Bowl this year, and they're looking to the future. A couple of big free agents for them. One of them, Deron Bland, needed to get re-signed for the future, going into 2026. He's a guy that commanded about $23 million a year on the market, 4 years, $92 million extension for him as a corner, and they have another guy they need to pay. The Cowboys also need to pay George Pickens, and with the receiver market going in the direction that it is going, and I think they fully intend to pay him based on making the trade they did this offseason, he's going to command something in the high 20s, perhaps even low 30s on the market, depending on how he plays this season. That's a lot of money. Between him and Bland, you're looking at about a year's worth salary of what Micah Parsons got based on the deal the Packers gave him. Internally, they also knew about this injury that just broke out, about his back injury that hopefully will not cause him to miss games with Green Bay. It'd be very exciting to see Parsons play. I hope he doesn't miss week 1, but it does look like he's dealing with something, and it's had to be something that was considered as well. But if you're Dallas and your calculus is we either pay Micah Parsons or we get a year of Kenny Clark, 2 extra first-round draft picks, and the ability to pay Deron Bland and George Pickens, I think your decision-making there is pretty clear if you don't think you're an immediate Super Bowl contender this season, which I guess they didn't think they were. And quite frankly, I don't know if I'm surprised by that. I think they probably were more of a team hoping to make the playoffs than contending for rings, the way they maybe had been in the previous 4 seasons with Dak Prescott not being as much of an injury concern that maybe he is now.